Say hello, PierrO. Mwah. Aw. Welcome, bunnies. This is Karmageddon, okay? This is what is their karma for how they treated you, okay? So this could be maybe this person left you for another person. No, it seems like sometimes those who did us wrong, they seem to have the upper hand, or so it seems. Okay, and what we're going to do with this reading is we're going to peer into what's really going on, because things aren't as what they seem, okay? Perhaps this person left you for another person, and they're posting on social media that everything's going so well, or they're so happy, but that's not always the case. There's no escaping divine justice, bunnies. There's no escaping divine justice, okay? And that's what we're going to see, okay? All right. Okay, bunnies. Now you have 3 piles to choose from, okay? First pile is the Tarot of Dreams deck. And that is this eyeball, sort of eyeball rose. This rose with an eyeball. That's pile number 1. Pile number 2 is this spider. Okay. Pile number 2. And pile number 3 is this dragon's eye. See that? It's pile number 3. It's dragon's eye pendant. Okay. The timestamps will be listed in the comments and pinned in the description box as well. And let's get going. Pile number 1, for those of you who chose the rose eyeball. Okay. Let's get cracking. All right. Karmageddon. What is your person's karma for how they treated you? Perhaps they chose someone else over you. Perhaps this was a business deal in which you were betrayed. What is this? What is their karma for how they treated you? Pile number 1. What is their karma for how they treated you? Oh, okay. Here we go. Well, 3 fell. I'm going to take them, of course. Wow. Pile number 1. I can already see here, we got the Page of Swords. So already, pile number 1, this person, they're spying on you. Okay? They've got their eye on you. They're watching your social media. They're keeping track of what's going on, where you're at, what you're doing. And then card number 2 is another page, the Page of Wands, fire sign page. Okay, what I'm intuitively being guided to explain is you might be dealing with a fire sign. Could be an air sign. One of you are probably a fire sign, one is an air sign. Doesn't have to be, but these cards, this is the air sign page and this is the fire sign page. But what I'm sensing is this person is spying on you, keeping track of you. And, but also, this person wants to make a comeback. Page of Wands. They want to start over again. They want to make an offer of some sort to you, probably an apology, perhaps. But then, dun, 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 we got the 10 of Swords. Your person, this person, pawn number 1, their Karmageddon for how they treat you so far is this. This is how they made you feel, right? This is what they did to you, right? They left you for dead. 10 swords in your back. Now, in the traditional, it depicts a person lying dead, bleeding out with the 10 swords in his or her back. But in this deck, the Tarot of Dreams, this individual is still alive and burying his head in his arms. This is mental anguish. This is person's in mental anguish. Pile number 1, your person, their Karmageddon is they are in mental anguish. They regret the way they treated you so much, and they can't look at this individual. I mean, he's got these 10 swords piercing into his back. He can't, I mean, that just, the symbolism of that, the alchemy of that, or the allegory of that, this image is someone who's in pain, mental pain. They can't get you off their mind. They are so full of regret and so ashamed how they treated you, how disgraceful they were to you. Let's get another card. Get more. Okay. We got the Hermit. Okay. Now. Okay. All right. The way I'm being told to explain this for you, pile number one, is this card pertains to both of you, both your person who betrayed you and you. Okay. As far as pertaining to you, this is what you've been through. Pile number one. You have been through your dark night of the soul because of this. I'm being intuitively guided to say that rather than, like, let's say, jumping from one person to the next, from just to another person, which I think that's what your person did. They betrayed you. I'm sensing this. I'm intuitively being guided to explain that this person betrayed you, right? They chose someone else over you. This is a rejection thing that happened here for most of you. And this person just jumped, they went to another person, but you stayed by yourself and you did the work. You did the shadow work. This thrust you into a dark night situation where you did a lot of childhood trauma healing. And you've come up, right? You're coming out of this, but your person, pile number one, this is what they're entering. Now, just because someone's with somebody, let's say your person, they're with someone else, more than likely is what I'm sure is what's going on for most of you. If this pile is resonating with you. Just because they're with someone else, it doesn't mean they don't feel alone. Okay. Don't be fooled by appearances or just the idea. We've all been there where you're with somebody and you feel even lonelier than if you were just with yourself, right? That's what this person's feeling. That's what this person's beginning to feel. And even, no matter how hard he tries to block it out, see this? This is what it's like. He's in anguish. He or she is in anguish. They can't get you out of their mind. They can't shake you. They can't shake it. It's their Karmageddon, man. I'm sensing for many of you, this could be a soulmate or it could be a twin flame. And if that's the case, then, they're definitely suffering. They're definitely suffering. See, you've already been through your suffering. You're coming out of the hermit mode. Let's get more. Nope. Wow. 3 again. Like the first time. Interesting. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Look hell. Okay. We got the Sun card. This is the most auspicious card in the whole deck, as we all know. Okay. And next, the 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Coins. Same thing. This is the happily ever after card in the traditional depicts the couple, happily with the rainbow, over them and they're looking at their castle. So that happily ever after card. But look what caps off this triad of cards that jumped out together. And they weren't even, when they fell out, they weren't even like separated. They were all connected. Like they fell out like this. So that's why I'm reading it, all 3 together as one message. Cause look, this is what I'm being intuitively guided to say. This is what you two were probably destined for. Was this? This was like written in the stars. This is like, for many of you that this pile is resonating with, this is a soulmate or a twin flame that you're dealing with. And this is what you guys were destined for. I mean, the sun is, like I said, is very, very important card in tarot. And this signifies a very spiritual connection. And the 10 of coins is like the epitome of like, happily ever after. But look what caps it off. The 9 of swords. And look at this. Look at this individual. Look at her. She's just dreading. She's looking back like she can't. It's kind of tying in. Well, perfectly ties in because this is 9 of swords. And when we had 10 of swords before, see the numerics never cease to amaze. But look how it's all tying in. See, this person knows now. They know that you guys were destined and they effed it up. See how she's looking back in dread. Look at the scenario. It's very like, nightmarish. This person is probably, I'm sensing for many of you, this person has dreams about you. This person can't shake you off. This person knows that you were a very, that you were sacred. There was something sacred here and they dismissed it and they rejected it. And really, pile number 1, I want you guys to know something. It wasn't you who they were rejecting. It was themselves. They didn't feel worthy of this. This is probably obviously a past life thing for many of you. Many of you are, I'm sensing, were soulmates or perhaps even twin flame. Okay. Let's continue. It's a faith card. Faith card. Wow. Okay. So I'm interpreting this. This person, pile number 1, there's a part of them that still is trying to hang on to some sort of faith that maybe this can be mended, that maybe you guys can come together again. Okay. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite, this would be the Hierophant card. And the Hierophant is a card of marriage as well. So there's a part of this person that I sense they know. Not even a part. I sense this person knows. They know that you were something sacred. So they know that you guys were kind of almost like you guys are soulmates. I think this person knows that. I think maybe, of course, pile number 1, you guys probably suspected that from the get-go, right? You're probably the more intuitive of you two. That's why you're watching this. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh, that was quick. The Emperor reversed. Wow. This is the card of Aries, the Emperor card. Perhaps you're dealing with an Aries, or your person has that heavily placed in his or her chart, but it's reversed. So, see, this person, because the Emperor upright is, as we know, it's a very powerful kind of masculine energy, but it's reversed. This person feels disempowered now. See, they're having faith, but there's this person is just ashamed. That's what I'm intuitively being guided to say. This person feels so disempowered now, and this is their karma. This is the Karmageddon, right? This is the Karmageddon. This person is losing his energy. He's losing his energy, his power. I'm sensing there's definitely a third party. That's this person left you for someone else. But this person does not feel powerful. This person feels like he's losing he or she, they're losing power by the minute, by the day. It's almost like sands through the hourglass. Just their power is diminishing. It's their karma, but there's a part of them that's still holding on to this sort of faith that you two might get back together. This person knows that you, pile number 1, you were sort of like a destined source of their joy. That would have been the destined source of their true joy, not surface joy. Like, let's say the person that they're with now, whoever they left you for, maybe it's comfortable. Maybe like, yeah, they have sex. They are comfortable. It's just, but it's not divine. It's not a divine union. It's a very human, it's a human union. It's human. It's just basic, right? And pile number one, you guys are anything but basic. I'm also sensing you guys have really, after what you've been through, you guys have come up. You guys are getting in your power now. Because usually this is what happens. Pile number one. After a person has been through this kind of thing, has been betrayed and been rejected in such a painful way, what happens when you overcome this kind of thing? You glow differently. You there's something in your soul that shines differently. You outshine everyone around you because you've overcome so much. There's this spiritual power, and it's very alluring and very attractive. You're basically sort of like kissed by angels at this point, because you've overcome things. You're being guarded now. You're being assisted by higher forces now, because they've seen what you've been through, and they've seen what this, God and the angels, they see what this person has put you through. Oh, I didn't even notice that I didn't have my pumpkin on. Sorry. Wow, that was a sign. Wow, that's a sign right there that I forgot to turn on the pumpkin, and I turn on the light now. See what I'm saying? You guys are glowing differently. You guys are outshining. You outshine everyone around you. No matter how much this person tries to ignore it, or maybe people around you try not to acknowledge your presence, you have a presence. Okay, you're special. You're set apart from everyone else. And especially in this person's eyes, this person knows how special you are. See, with you, this person would have been this person would have been this beautiful sort of divine masculine energy. But no. They went with the muggle. They chose a muggle over you. All right. Let's get more. Wow. Just came right out. Flip right over. Four of Cups. This is a card of complacency. Sort of just in the traditional, it shows someone just looking bleakly into thin air, not noticing the cups around them, and not noticing the cup that the divine's offering them. But in this one, it's different. This individual is looking at the cup that God is offering, that the divine is offering. And I'm sensing this is in reference to you, pile number one. This is you. After what you've been through, rather than looking upon these empty cups, you have got your eyes set on the big prize. You have your eyes set on a very big blessing, big goal in your life. And I'm sensing it's probably your life work. Pile number one, you guys are going to accomplish a lot in your life, is what I'm being told. You guys have a divine purpose, and you're going to come you're coming into alignment with that purpose because of what you've been through with this sort of, this twin flame soulmate union. You guys are basically, this is what's going on, pile number one. You guys are going through a twin flame divorce, a soulmate divorce. And this happens just because someone's your twin flame. It's rare that they end up coming together in here in the 3D matrix in the earth realm. Cause those that do become so powerful, they change the world pretty much. What happens is you kind of energetically get divorced from this soul. This is probably a soul that you've lived many lives with, and you guys have probably accomplished a lot together, but this soul in this life, in this 3D matrix, went in a different direction, betrayed you or whatever. And now you are you're cutting that cord. And you got your eye set on the prize. You're gonna fulfill your sacred mission here on earth. Well, I don't think are. Well, as you can see, they were meant to be an emperor, but Karmageddon. hey, you reap what you sow, right? And so be it, right? They deserve it. They deserve it. Pile number one. What they did to you. How they treated you and how they disgraced you. And they disgraced your guys' sacred sort of, multi-dimensional sort of union, connection. Okay, this flipped around. God, there's a lot of fire energy here, you guys. Oh, wow, three. There's three that flipped over. A lot of fire energy. Because there's the Ace of Wands. More fire. Like I said, this is probably because you have the Aries card, the Emperor there. The Page of Wands there. This person's probably more than likely a fire sign or has fire sign placements in his or her chart. More than likely Aries energy. And then you got the Queen of Coins, and that is you. Pile number one. This right here is all about you. Okay? These three cards. See, Ace of Wands is a fiery, very passionate new beginning in your life. Okay? And look at here. It has this volcano erupting in the back. And what I'm being told, you guys are about to erupt. Your karma is about to come in. Your Karmageddon is good Karmageddon. Theirs is not. Your Karmageddon is is karma ascendance. Karma ascension. Your karma ascension. Their Karmageddon. See what I'm saying? You're ascending. You're ascending. They are going to go to Karmageddon. It's their destiny now because they set themselves up that way, man. Kind of feel bad for them. I know you do, pile number one, because it's someone that you care about and your soul cares about. It's a soulmate connection, but there's nothing you can do. You got to focus on yourself, okay? Because this is who you're destined to be. It's the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins. She is the wealthiest, she is the rich bitch, okay? All right? She is she's head to toe designer. She's got it going on. She's got the mansion in the hills. She's got the multi-million-dollar treehouse in Tahiti. This is the bitch, right? And this is who you're destined to be. Pile number one. You're destined to be this rich bitch. Okay? And then you got Three of Coins here. And see, this is what happened. I'm relating this is the third party situation. Three of Coins. I'm relating this three of Coins to you. See here in the background, there's these two coins in the dark, sort of in the background. Oh, that's your person. That's your person and the basic bitch they chose over you. That's them in the background. They're in their background. They're background fodder. And look at you. That's you with your wand. See, like the Ace of Wands. Volcano erupting. You are opening a portal. See, this is the third party. This is what I'm relating this. Three Pentacles in the love card, in a love reading, usually refers to the third party. But see, you're on your own, but you are piercing that pentacle and look at it, it's opening a vortex. It's opening like a timeline. You're entering a timeline, pile number one. A new timeline after what you've been through. Cause you're independent. You're not stuck in some weird, muggle, human, earthbound, codependent matrix relationship here. Okay. You are gonna find, a new twin flame, a new soulmate. You don't have to be limited to this one. And, you're opening this portal because you're going to become this rich bitch. Right here, the Queen of Coins. All right. And this person now is destined to just be this. Wah, 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 wah. An emperor who's fallen off his throne, this Aries card, or a ram who's lost his horns. He's just not going to really amount to much. He's just going to kind of probably live out a very meager, just normal human life, whatever. To each his own, right? What's up with this there? So yeah. That's the Karmageddon, man. That's the Karmageddon. Okay, we're going to end this reading with some charms. Okay, we're going to pull out some charms. What's the charms for you, my viewer, pile number one? What is your charm Okay. Pull out 3. Okay. Wow. Viewer. This is wonderful. Okay. First of all, isn't it weird how we're referring to the Aries and look what we got, this charm here. It's a deer or with its big antlers. So I'm being told this is this Aries or individual, or it could be another fire sign. It could be any sign. It doesn't have to be. I'm just, I'm thinking for many of you it is though, because of the cards. But, yeah, I'm thinking this is referring to your person. It's a masculine energy of some sort. It doesn't have to be male. It doesn't have to be male, by the way. It could be a female too. And sexuality is irrelevant too. Okay. And then you got the glasses. You got the glasses. This person is watching you. Wait, let's see this. This person is watching you. He or she is watching you. They've got their eyes on you. They can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop looking at you. You're glowing up. Pile number 1, many of you probably are looking good, going to the gym, eating right, just glowing. You guys are just glowing. You guys are alluring. This person can't keep their eyes off you. I'm sensing they're addicted to you. They're just watching your posts, your social media. They're just, this person is like this, man. This person is regretting so hard. They made the wrong choice. They chose a muggle over a god or a goddess. You know what I mean? And they're stuck with their decision. An emperor who's fallen from his throne. Yeah. Well, that's how it goes. And look what we got next for you, pile number 1. Love is coming in. What did I tell you? A new twin flame. It's going to be a twin dolphin. You guys are going to be swimming together. There's new love coming into your life. Okay. What is their Karmageddon? Is they're just going to be stuck in sort of a very mediocre human muggle sort of whatever, domestic. Just blobs, right? And you are going to be swimming in the oceans of just eternity with a new soulmate, a new spiritual love affair, like a very deep emotional, dolphins are very intelligent. They're telepathic as well. You're going to have a new divine union with a new soulmate, with a new twin flame. And this twin flame he's gone to the curb. I mean, by the way, you didn't do this. This is not what you're doing. Pile number 1. This is their Karmageddon. This is what she did to you. Okay. They did this to themselves. All right. Pile number 1. Look at that. I want you guys to really focus on that energy, because I'm feeling something very special is coming into your life, a very divine, special union. Okay? All right, pile number 1. That was your reading. Karmageddon. Mwah. Pile number 2. Welcome to Karmageddon. What is their karma for how they treated you? Just for those of you who chose the spider. Right? Let's get cracking. What is their karma for how they treated you? Pile number 2. Oh. Okay, immediately we got the Queen of Rods or the Queen of Wands. Okay, what I'm intuitively being guided to say. Pile number 2. So far as you are coming into a very passionate phase in your life. You're currently feeling very passionate, very independent, and very just fiery, and you're in manifestation mode. You're manifesting a lot of positive outcomes in your life currently. What is their Karmageddon? So this just to give you more of a concise description of their Karmageddon is they're going to have to see you surpass them. So what I'm intuitively being guided to explain. What is their karma for how they treated you? Well, wow. See that? Ace of Pentacles. Yes. Financial success. New financial endeavors. Pawn number 2. You guys are beginning a new, very successful and very materially abundant phase. And their Karmageddon, the person who betrayed you, they are going to have to watch you flourish materially, abundantly. Okay? Much to their regret. Oh, let's ask this question. What happened between you guys? What happened? What did this person do to you? Okay, this wanted to come out. Temperance, okay. Well, Temperance card is balancing, it's alchemy. And it can also refer to soulmate, twin flame kind of connection. This person betrayed your guys' sacred union energetically and physically, right? This is common, right? This is the most common narrative in this kind of a reading, a Karmageddon reading. Rarely have I done a Karmageddon reading where it comes up that it's like, let's say, anything else than romantic entanglement or twin flame, soulmate, sort of betrayal. Let's continue. What is their Karmageddon for how they treated you? Pile number 2. Okay. 3 of Rods. Okay, they're watching you. They're watching you. See this character here? He's watching. In the traditional, it's like a merchant waiting for the ships to come in. And that's kind of what this person's in. Pile number 2, I'm sensing, and this is a very typical outcome too in these sort of soulmate, twin flame, sort of betrayal situationships. This also refers to third party, obviously. There's a third party. This person chose someone else, betrayed you and chose someone else. And this person is still looking back at you. Okay, of course. They can't get you off their mind. Of course, you're the god, you're the goddess. Karmageddon. What is their Karmageddon on number 2? Whoa, that was weird. Oh, wow. Hangman. Card of Pisces. They could be a Pisces or have Pisces heavily placed in his chart or his or her chart. Okay. Their Karmageddon, they're in a state of suspension. Their life is in a state of suspension. They're kind of in limbo. They feel left hanging. And pile number 2, this is how they made you feel, right? They left you hanging. Now, but really, in reality, it wasn't you who was left hanging because you've progressed. You have evolved from this. Their betrayal actually, spurred you into self-actualization and, has strengthened you. So it was kind of a service to you, but they really left themselves hanging is what's really happened. Okay. And, the next card is Ace of Swords. And that's the bitter truth. Ace of Swords is the total truth, right? That's that's the cold blade of truth, the razor sharp blade of truth. And this truth is setting you free, whereas for them, it's a blade, right? It's cutting them deep. Okay. Let's continue. What is their Karmageddon for how they treated you? Pile number 2. Okay. Slipped over. 9 of Pentacles. This is referring to you, pile number 2 again. Your Pentacles. Pile number 2. You guys are about to come into great financial abundance. and very independently too. I think you guys have become very independent after what you've been through, what this person's done to you, how they treated you. It forced you to, and this is how it's been sort of they kind of did you a service in a way. They've forced you to, overcome any sort of, codependent needs or any sort of neediness. You've been forced to, on your own, acquire your own stability and your own success materially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And that's what you're doing. Knight of Pentacles is the card of the happy single. Okay. So, pile number 2. When you attain, happy singlehood, okay, that's when, once you attain that, truly attain it to where you truly, your soul is sort of an infusion. It is an infusion. It's just, it's an infinity mode, right? You tap into your God, you tap into the God source, you tap into God, to the divine. You are self-energized, you're self-actualized, right? So, you don't need anybody else to fulfill you or to, make you feel successful or whole. You're already whole, but guess what that happens? You know what happens, right? When that happens, then the real, knight in shining armor or, princess in shining armor, depending on your sexuality, that's when they come in. Okay. They're Karmageddon. For how they treat you in pile number 2. Okay, wow. Pile number 2. Look at this. Two cards came out. Look at this. Look here. Look at you. Pile number 2, the Empress. This is the most auspicious, divine feminine energy. And by the way, it doesn't matter whether you're hetero or homo or, male or female. It's all fluid in tarot. Okay. This is still applies to you, pile number 2, even if you are a hetero male. This is, abundant. This is, being pregnant with abundance, with, creative ideas, with inspiration, and with, as well as material abundance as well. And this keeps on being reiterated with this sort of divine feminine energy here. What this basically means, pile number 2, is you guys are manifesting, bringing yourselves into a place of receiving from the universe, from the divine. The divine is impregnating you with abundance, with material abundance, as well as creative abundance, and as well as ambition and energy, just a zest for life. And the next card, what was I saying about when you're self-actualized, and that's when the true love comes in? There's new love coming in. Page of Cups. This could be someone younger than you, and if they're not younger in age, in like human years, then they could be just a younger spirit, spiritually. But I sense I'm getting I'm intuitively being guided to explain this is a very romantic person. They could be a water sign. They don't have to be. I know it's cups and that refers to water signs. They probably have water heavily placed in his or her chart. But the point is, this is going to be a very innocent, sort of pure, sort of love sort of offer. And, I'm being intuitively being guided to say it's the perfect fit for you at this time in your life. It's something lighthearted right now, and that's what you need right now. You need something that's lighthearted, just fun romance, right? Not cohabitating, nothing that heavy. Just, something that's able to fit your schedule. I sense with this pile, especially with this Ace of Pentacles here too, you guys are accomplishing a lot and have a lot of goals. Okay. Let's get more. Pile number 2. Whoa. That flew right out. Okay. And that is 7 of Pentacles. Okay. That's reiterating what I was just saying. 7 of Pentacles is just that, is you've planted these seeds, and and they're manifesting into the material realm because it's Pentacles, the suit of Earth. So your manifestations, your goals, your endeavors, your creative pursuits, business pursuits. I'm sensing a lot of you, pile number 2, are probably entrepreneurs, probably doing e-commerce. Perhaps you're artists, actors, maybe musicians, filmmakers. I'm sensing a lot of I'm sensing with this pile, there's a lot, many of you are creatives, okay, in whatever field or whatever medium. But a lot of what you've planted, it's about to start manifesting in the material realm, here in the 3D on Earth. And you're starting to realize a lot of your goals are about to start coming into actual physical reality. Success. That's what's going on with you, is success, personal success, achievement. Wow. See, this keeps on reiterating with this pile. You guys are about to receive a lot of abundance. And okay, this is a Karmageddon reading about their karma, about how they treated you. What is their karma? Is all this. They're going to watch you rise. Look at this Wheel of Fortune. The wheels are turning in your favor, and it's going to be turning, and it's turning out of their favor. That's their Karmageddon. They're going to be stuck. They're just going to be left hanging, and they're going to have to just sit there, just hang there and watch you rise and watch you just blossom financially, just financial gains, property, notoriety, probably attaining tons of followers, getting tons of likes, views, etc. What is their Karmageddon? Pile number 2. How they treated you. I'm curious about their relationship, where they're at now. Wow, look at this. Happened to pile number 1, too. Their Karmageddon is they're going into the dark night of the soul, hermit mode. See, this is how they left you, right? This always happens. This is a very common card that comes out in these Karmageddon readings almost every time, I kid you not. And there's a reason why. And that's because usually in the Karmageddon situation, it's usually you are left in hermit mode. They left you, they betrayed you, they left you for a third party, and they left you all alone, and you had no choice but to find your light, right? Be the hermit with that lantern, and you had to go through your dark night of the soul, right? And pile number 2, you guys have been through this phase, right? Because of whatever they did to you, how they did you. But now, what's their Karmageddon? Now it's their turn. But pile number 2, I'm sensing this person doesn't have the kind of inner light that you have. Will they find their way out of the dark night of the soul? We'll see. Will they make it out and become an empress like you? Pile number 2? Let's ask that question. The moon. Probably not. What's their Karmageddon? Okay, this is a dark card in the tarot, right? The moon means secrets, means betrayal, hidden enemies. And that's what they were in your life, right? They were a hidden enemy, right? This person. They betrayed you. They were a hidden enemy. And so that's what's going to be happening to them. Will they come out of their dark night of the soul victorious the way you did? I don't think so. Pile number 2. And I think that's their Karmageddon. That's their Karmageddon, man. Okay? Alright. I want more. We need more. I'm curious. What is their Karmageddon? Well, okay. 9 of Rods, 9 of Wands. This is the sort of wounded warrior, survived the war. This person is going to be very wounded by what they did to you. That's their Karmageddon. It's the wounding. And are they going to heal from the wound? I'm sensing it's going to be a very arduous process for them. I don't think this person has a level of insight or just as naturally gifted spiritually as you are, pile number 2. So they just don't have the spiritual instinct, or they don't have the spiritual guides, the kind of spiritual guidance that you have. I sense that this person they don't have a connection with the divine in the way you do. And I sense that the divine is really targeting them for what they did to you. Okay, the divine's watching over you, and that's why these blessings are coming in. And what you've been through, pile number 2, with this person, what they did to you and what they put you through, this was all part of the plan. This was all part to strengthen you so that you can become this empress. Okay, so it was an asset. And now we can always bring into question, like, well, then what was their lesson in this? This is their lesson, see, but they're a different soul than you are, right? They're the betrayer, they're the bad guy, so to speak, to make it very basic, in the most basic, kind of Hollywoodian, it's a horrible word, sort of a Hollywood cinema sort of way, bad guy, good guy, whatever. You know what I mean, right? This person they're not the star of the story like you are. Okay. Does that mean they never can become that in their own life? No, it doesn't. Will this person? I don't get the vibe that they will. I don't think they have the capacity, or they just don't have the same wiring, spiritual gifts that you have. Pile number 2. Get more. And then we're going to do some charms. Okay. Karmageddon. What is their Karmageddon? What's going to be the outcome of this? Or what? No, here's the question. What is it that they're up to now? What is this person doing now? Where are they at now? Are they in a new relationship? A Page of Swords reversed. Okay, first of all, this person is spying on you. Okay, I kid you not. With these Karmageddon readings, this Page of Swords always comes up. The person who betrays is the betrayer is always spying on one that they betrayed. Cause it's like they want to make sure that you're still down. They want to still, they try to, when a person does that to somebody, I don't know how these people, I personally, I can't relate to this kind of people, cause I've never felt this way, but I've just from my own experience in my own life, being betrayed by people like this, they always want to spy on you, cause they always want to see they're hoping that you're still down. They want to still have the upper hand somehow. They're just very parasitic kind of souls. They're dark souls in that sense. So they're always going to check up on those who they hurt because they want to make sure that they still kind of have you in their cauldron, right? But look, it's reversed. So it means, yeah, they're spying on you, but it's painful. You know what I mean? It's triggering them. They're getting triggered left and right by maybe looking at your social media, seeing how much you've grown up. I'm sure, pile number 2, I'm sensing with this Empress here, you guys are looking good, going to the gym, eating right. And you guys just got that glow, right? You guys got that divine glow because you're touched by the divine. And you're charmed, you're enchanted, and you're coming into so much abundance, pile number 2. And then, wah, 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 wah. A Page of Swords who dropped his sword, basically. Okay, pile number 2. Now let's do your charms, okay? Pull out some charms, y'all. Okay. Wow. We got 3 charms here. And the first one is the Sun. Pile number 2. Get that adjusted. Oh, this auto function is really annoying. Sorry. Okay. It's the Sun. It's a charm of the Sun. I know it's blurry, but, will this work? Hold on. It's the Sun. Okay. Okay, so obviously, what does this mean? Your this is one of the most auspicious symbols in the universe is the sun. You are shining like the sun. You got those photon rays, flowing through every single particle of your entire existence. Source is with you. The Heavenly Father is beaming through your veins. Okay. You are being blessed. You are being enchanted and charmed and blessed. Pile number 2. And, the next charm we got, kitty cat. Kitten. Here. Oh my God. I hate this. I don't like this function on this camera at all, you guys. Okay, there it is. Kitty. See it? Kitty cat. You guys got kitty cat, okay? What is this telling me? Pile number 2. There it is. You guys are, you bitches got it going on, okay? You will scratch a bitch, okay? You are fierce. In the traditional, Queen of Wands, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, she has a black cat by her. So this is reconfirming you are the Queen of Wands, Queen of Fire. I always think of, you know who I always think of when it comes to the Queen of Wands? I always think of Madonna. I don't know, she's like kind of like cause she's like a fire sign. I believe she's a Leo. She's total Queen of Wands, just very powerful, feminine energy. Like I said, you could still be a hetero male and it still pertains to you. You could still be fierce like that. Okay. And then the next charm you guys got is, wow, check this out, y'all. The dragon. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. You guys are powerful. Pile number 2. You guys are powerful. I'm talking about like very independent. I'm thinking you guys are very powerful, as far as in the mystic arts. I'm sensing some of you are probably very talented in the mystic arts. And, cause the dragon's a very mystical symbol. It's a symbol of a wizard, it's like the symbol of Merlin. So yeah, pile number 2. There you go. You guys are the dragon. You guys are going to be rocking this life, man. As far as this person, let's get one more card for the douchey wooshie that betrayed you. For his Karmageddon or her Karmageddon. Oh my God. Check this out, y'all. Check it out. Wah, 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 wah. 8 of Cups. Empty cups. Look at that. Doleful. Lugubrious. Just, empty. And guess what? Pile number 2. It's their Karmageddon. They did it to themselves, okay? They messed with a dragon. They messed with you. Okay. You don't mess with the dragon without the repercussions of the divine, like zapping your ass, right? Hell to the nose. All right. Okay. Pile number 2. That was Karmageddon for you. All right. Mwah. Pile number 3. Okay. For those of you who chose this, the Dragon's Eye pendant, Dragon Eye pendant, Karmageddon. What is their Karmageddon for how they did you, for how they treated you? Pile number 3. Let's see, okay? There we go. The burden. Wow. Okay. That's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? This person is burdened. Is left with burden for how they treated you. And you know what's so funny about this card too, you guys? Watch. I really hate this camera, the way it works. Sorry about that. See, look at this. Look at this depiction here. There's this guy and there's this woman on his back. demanding him, telling him where to go. And look at him. Just look at his face. He's like, ugh, this batch with this clucking hen. She's got a perched hen up on her head even. He's got this clucking hen on his shoulders, okay? That he can't get rid of. Okay, pile number 3. This is a common story in these Karmageddon readings. There's a third party. This person dissed you for this batch. This perched clucking hen who's now perched on his back. He can't get her off. And look at his face. He's tired. He's worn out. This bitch is a head full. Okay. All right. So there you go. Right there. Right from the start. Okay. Karmageddon in full effect. Okay. These turned their Karmageddon for how they treated you. Look at this. Fighting. Look at this character here. He's like in all this armor, but look at this gear he's wearing, man. It's all these sharp like blades and stuff, and he even has all this spikes to him, and he's just guarded, you know. I'm sensing this person, and look at over here, look in the background. You see these two souls fighting? Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. This stupid auto-focused camera. I don't like this camera now because of this. But you see this? This person, look at the story. It's so like it's in your face. He's with some just some trifling batch, right? Some clucking hen that won't leave him alone. He is in a miserable, or he or she, okay? They're in a miserable relationship. And then the next card we got is totality reversed. Now look at this, what it's depicting. It's depicting 3 people. There's, 3 people, okay? On this trapeze. And someone, see, there's 3, so this is obviously pertaining to the third party, right? This is always the common theme in these Karmageddon readings. It never ceases to not be the story, third party betrayal. But look at this person let go. This person grabbed another person, chose someone over you, right? And left you hanging, you know, but this card's reversed. So, and it's the card of totality. That's an interesting concept with this. Very interesting. This is the Osho Zen deck, by the way. It's a very interesting, allegory here, isn't it? These trapeze artists, and one is letting go, one's grabbing, the one in between. So this person chose someone else over you, let you go. But, you know, here's the thing. The person they chose, they're having to hold on to. And it's going to be a burden on them. Think about it. You're free. And it's reversed. So, I'm interpreting that as you are free. Pile number 3. Cause look, you're upright. See, this person has got this baggage, this big old clucking hen he or she is dealing with. Continue. Karmageddon. What is his Karmageddon for how he treated you? Or her. He or she. What is their Karmageddon for how they treat you? Healing. Okay. This is pertaining to you. Pile number 3. Healing. You are healing. Their Karmageddon is that, pile number 3, what you've been through, what this has caused you, being left hanging like this, alone, and just left midair, swinging, alone, left hanging, has forced you to heal yourself. Okay? Look at this very intriguing, artwork here. Look at the heart chakra. The heart chakra is beaming. You were left with a very broken heart. Pile number 3. They left you very brokenhearted, very alone, and you had to use of your own hands, you had to heal yourself. Okay. That's probably physically as well as figuratively. Because, heartbreak causes it can be a physical ailment. It can cause fatigue. It can cause just tension, all sorts of stuff, and you've had to probably heal all this, but mostly you've healed your heart. And now your heart chakra is in sacred geometric, resonance with the divine. And what is their Karmageddon with this card is that you have healed, and this has made you so much stronger. Your chakras have been realigned because of this. You're elevating, you're ascending. This has put you in ascension mode. And their Karmageddon is that they're going to have to watch you rise high. Pile number 3. Okay. You're no longer this person left. See right here, left, alone, dangling, swinging back and forth alone, just left hanging. No. See, they're left holding on to this big old bitch right here. Look. Pawn number 3, look. Just look at that. And this fool who this douchey wooshy who dissed you, he's just some little, scraggly fool. He's having to bend his legs all the way fucking almost back behind his head just to hang on to that damn trapeze to hold on to this big bitch. Okay. So, let's get more. Pile number 3. Oh, came right out. What is their Karmageddon for how they treated you? The world. We are the world. Wow. Pile number 3. Some of you are going to be coming up in the world. Perhaps some of you are going to be getting some social recognition. Perhaps you're going to blow up on social media. Influencers, entrepreneurs, etc. You're coming into a whole new cycle upon number 3, a new successful cycle. And I think people are going to start noticing you. You're going to start getting attention. Their Karmageddon with this card, they're going to have to watch you. They're going to have to watch your glow up. They're going to have to watch you rise in the world. Okay. This doesn't mean you have to become some, A-list celebrity. Maybe some of you are though. I sense some of you probably actually are, but, you are going to rise. You're going to be set above, you'd be set above the rest. Okay. You have a divine fate. I sense, pile number 3, that you're going to be set apart from the rest. You're going to be risen above the rest. Okay. Karmageddon. What is their Karmageddon for how they treated my pile number 3s? Here we go. Consciousness. Okay. Consciousness. Pile number 3. Their Karmageddon is okay, and this is what's happening, and I'm going to explain this to you. Because they're in this situation, this person who betrayed you, they're stuck in some situation. They chose someone else over you, obviously. Hence the trapeze allegory in this card with the third party situation. And also this card with the fighting. You see the 2 souls in the background fighting, the fighting card. And this card, burden. This person, because of all these burdens, they chose this burden over you, this clucking hen, this big old batch. And, they are being forced into the consciousness of how stupid they were, that they dissed you, obviously someone who's set apart, that they dissed you, a beautiful peacock or a beautiful swan, and they chose this clucking hen, I mean, they're going to have to live with that. And look at this batch. Look at her. Look at her leg. Look at her demanding where he goes. And look at this poor fool. Look at him. Okay. Their Karmageddon is their consciousness has been awakened, and they realize the stupid choice they made, and that they're stuck with. And you know what? Pile number 3 too. There's nothing more. There's nothing worse than knowing, than having the consciousness of knowing you are living in your own filth, that you did it to yourself, and coming to that consciousness of the total, being completely conscious of all levels, that this is your Karmageddon, and this person knows this is his Karmageddon. He knows it. He knows what he did, and he knows that, he knows he's a fool. He's an idiot. Or she. They know that they dissed a beautiful peacock, for a farmhouse hen. Okay. The master. Wow. Pile number 3. What is their Karmageddon? You are becoming a master. You're a spiritual master. This is you. Okay. There's Osho. Look at him. You are coming to self-mastery. And pile number 3. I'm sorry if I said pile number 2 before. Pile number 3. This is you, okay? You are becoming a spiritual master. And what is their Karmageddon for how they treated you? They're going to have to watch your ascension. They're going to have to witness your evolution, your rise in consciousness. And it's kind of funny how we have consciousness just before the master. See, I'm sensing pile number 3. This person who betrayed you is spiritually aware too. That they're not, they're stupid. Yes, he's stupid, or he or she is stupid. Yes. But, they're also very conscious. I sense this is probably a person who has some spiritual, values as well. Definitely not at the level you are, but, they're enough to know that what they did is a result of their own, manifestation for how they treated you. And they're very conscious of what's happening, that you are rising, that you are ascending. Pile number 3. What is their Karmageddon? Let's get some more Karmageddon up in her. What is their Karmageddon for how they treated you? Pile number 3. Okay. Now look at this. The control card. But it's reversed. Look at this very intriguing artwork here. Very intriguing, very, sort of Art Deco, kind of, almost like kind of has this retro, sort of synthwave, sort of 80s thing going on. But it's very boxed, right? Someone who's in control. That's what these shapes are trying to, convey is control, boxed. But it's reversed. This person is losing control, and it's pretty obvious just from the get-go, from the situation he's in, or he or she's in, like this situation, you see. It's pretty obvious. This person is not in control of his or her life. There's somebody else. The person who they dissed you for is the one taking control, holding the reins. And it may not seem that way. Appearances may not seem that way. They may in person or on social media, they may look like the perfect couple or something, it's a ruse. It's a pantomime. It's not real. This person's not in control. This bitch is in control. He or she. Okay. Let's get more Karmageddon. Let's get some more Karmageddon. What is this person's Karmageddon for pile number 3? I want more. Awareness. Look at this. And it's reversed again. Look at this artwork here. Yeah. See what was I saying by don't be fooled by by appearances, by what you're seeing with this person. Because look at here, it shows this person burning through the shower curtain. And it's like a childlike spirit is looking through. But this childlike spirit's coming out of this sort of shadow, this tortured shadow. That's the person, that's your person, the person who betrayed you. This person can see, even though they may seem like everything is okay, it's not. Their shadow, they're tormented by their shadow self. And that shadow self, that version of themselves that betrayed you, that dissed you. For this, the clucking hen that we keep referring to from the beginning of this spread. But it's reversed. See? And what I'm being intuitively guided to explain is this person is losing that spark, that inner child. It's dwindling. It's drying out, right? It's dying because they're in this very mundane sort of this burden of a relationship. This individual they chose over you is nothing but a burden on them. And like I said, I keep on referring to this card, the very first card. Look at him. He's being this woman is demasculinating him. If that's even the correct way to say that. He's being just stripped of his masculine energy. He or she, and like I said, you don't have to be a heterosexual male or gay male. You could be a female too and still be masculine energy. But the point is, someone is depleting, this person's being depleted. They're cohabitating or they're in this codependent relationship that they chose over you. Now I want to get what is your Karmageddon, or not Karmageddon for you, would be your karma heaven. Their Karmageddon, your karma heaven. What is your karma heaven for how they treated you? Pile number 3. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. Pile number 3. Your karma heaven is receptivity, blessings. Look at that. And look, it's referring to chakra again. Okay, as we got in your healing card. Look at the similar energy here. Do you see the similar kind of energy, colors? This very healing blue color. Blue, the blue ray, the Archangel Michael ray. Look at, this is receptivity. You are about to come into abundance. What were we saying about this world card? You're about to come into recognition. Your surroundings, those around you are going to recognize you on social media. You're going to be recognized. You're going to be revered. I sense you're going to be an influencer of some sort, pile number 3, because of what you've been through. It's really giving you some deep insight. And I sense at pile number 3, you guys are very spiritual, very, you guys are empaths, definitely, but just very receptive and of energy right now. You're about to receive abundance and you're open to it, and you're not even in it for the money or for the fame. You are really on a spiritual, you're very spiritual. This is your goal is a spiritual one. But I'm telling you right now, pile number 3, there's going to be monetary gains. You're going to be receiving a lot on many different levels is what you are manifesting. That is your karma heaven versus their Karmageddon. Okay. This person, yeah, they dissed you for this other person. And yeah, maybe they're in a relationship and you're single. Who cares? I mean, think about what you're going to get. Let's find out about your love life. Pile number 3. What's coming in for you for love? Wow, look at this. Change. It's the number 10 card. Change. This is kind of like similar to the world card. It's a new phase, a new cycle. Okay, the change would be, you've been single perhaps. Pile number 3 is what I'm intuitively being I say. Many of you who are resonating with this pile, many of you are single, and that's going to change. Okay, let's find out more about that. Let's find out more about love for pile number 3. curious. Whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot of cards. Okay. I mean, we're talking about like a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm going to do? Because, look how many there are. I'm going to take the first three. I'm almost curious to take all of them though. Well. Okay. We're going to do them all. Okay. We're going to do this. Pile number 3. Okay, so here we go. There's like how many cards are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this was meant to be. This is the Diivine, because I was just scamming through these cards, and there's a total story here about what's happened to you. It's kind of like, very chronological too. Okay, participation. Okay, this is something that you participated in, this participation with this person. Okay, this person who betrayed you. Okay, it's something that was a past life connection. This person probably was a soulmate or even a twin flame. You see these 2 salamanders here, these are symbols of fire, twin flame. Okay, this person was someone you've known from a past life. Okay. Now, you, pile number 3, had the courage to try to fan this flame, to, look at this, there's this dry, barren land, and yet these 2 flowers are growing out, and I'm sensing this is symbolic of you two, the 2 of you and the person who betrayed you, but you are the bigger flower, see? You're blossoming, ahead of this other person. This person is kind of wilting, but you're blossoming. But this both coming out of this barren land, right? I don't think this person's going to make it. They're not going to make it to the soul level you're making it at. They're twin soul. They altered their path, right? They're not connected. Now, if this person was connected with you, they'd probably be flourishing with you, right? But they didn't. They rebelled against it. They rebelled against their own spirit, against their own spiritual evolution, thereby putting themselves into a state of postponement. Look at this. And I mean, I keep on referring back to the first card because look at this guy's expression. And look at this person's expression. Same vibe. And this also pertains to you. Because this put you in a state of postponement, the way this person left you. So, but this person is going to be stuck in this. You're evolving from it. Now there's laziness here. And I'm sensing this is your person. Your person was very lazy about their spiritual development. They went for what was convenient, what maybe seemed appealing in the moment, or just what seemed more convenient. I sense what the connection between you two was so deep, had so much depth, that it was probably maybe a little intimidating. Maybe you were a bit intimidating to them because I'm pile number 3. You guys I'm sensing have a star quality about you. That's why you got the World card there. That's why that's your destiny. You have a presence. You're not someone to just be toyed with. You're someone to be respected, and they were too lazy to really engage on that level. They were too lazy to rise up to the occasion to be the king to your queen, or vice versa, depending on your what you identify as and your sexuality and your gender. And this has left you. They left you in a state of aloneness. They left you alone. See, in your aloneness. That's how they left you. And isolation. You went through this phase of isolation. Look at this. Look at how this frozen tears. Look at that. Wow, this is really very powerful art. The color and everything. It's profound. Wow, look at that. That's how it feels too, doesn't it? Pile number 3. It feels that way. It feels like sharp glass. So cold that it burns, right? That person, they left you that, but you know what? Out of that isolation, you have a new vision for yourself. Look at this individual. And I want you to look at really closely here. Look at their former self crawling on their hands and knees, suffering, and now look at them rising. Look at the transformation that's taking place. You have transforming. You are rising like the sun. Pile number 3. My sweet babies. And you have come to this out of a lot of mental anguish. Look at mind. This person put you in a lot of mental anguish, my babies. They put you in a lot of mental anguish, man. I can feel it too. I'm sorry, babies. But you know what? Look at these. I want you to focus on this here. Look here. You were crawling on your hands and knees. This person left you on your hands and knees, but now you are rising like the sun. You're the morning star. You're rising. Pile number 3. Yes. What is their Karmageddon? Pile number 3. You are rising. They are wilting. You are blooming. They are dying. That's their Karmageddon. They did it to themselves. Okay. They did it to themselves. Let's get one more card for their Karmageddon. One more card. And then we're going to go into charms. Boom. Okay, pile number 3. Their Karmageddon is that, like, what was I saying with the analogy of the flowers, the one wilting and the one blooming? The 2 connected flowers, the 2 souls. This was a soulmate, right? This was a twin flame of yours for many of you. And, they're wilting, but you are ripe. You are like ripe fruit. Look at that luscious ripe fruit on this tree. It's a healthy tree. You're a healthy, luscious, ripe fruit. And then we get beyond illusion. And this is the thing, pile number 3. See, what were we saying about this transformation? Where's that card? This is important. So we had this new vision. You came out of this isolation, being left behind, being heartbroken, being just frozen in the freezing cold by yourself. You're just ice cold, icicle tears, cutting your face. This is how this person left you feeling. And out of this isolation, look at how they spell it. I love how they spell it too. Isolation. You found a new vision. You got up from your hands and knees crawling in agony, and you found a new vision of yourself, a new version of yourself, okay? Rising like the sun, okay, that you are. And now you're ripe. And this is not an illusion, because look at here, there's a butterfly. A butterfly is a symbol of what? Transformation, okay? Going from this, kind of like a cocoon phase, crawling on your hands and knees in agony, to this, to coming into your power, being self-actualized. And it's not an illusion, okay? This is really happening. Pile number 3. And this person knows it. What is their Karmageddon? They see your ripeness. They see how delicious you are, what a beautiful, delicious soul you are. And they know this is not, like, unlike them, they're posting on social media with whoever they left you with. That's all illusions. But with you, they know. This is not an illusion. You're the real deal. You are blossoming. You are spreading. You are hatching out of the cocoon, and you are a butterfly. And it's beyond illusion. This is the actual reality. This is beyond 3D illusion. This is the actual spiritual reality, and they know it in their soul. That is their Karmageddon, is that they know they dissed their twin soul, their twin flower, and they're wilting. They chose this nasty ass, I don't know what kind of flower that is. This cockatoo bitch right here. This clucking hen. Over this beautiful this beautiful butterfly, this beautiful spirit. And they chose that muggle over you. And they know it. You are like luscious fruit to them. And they are dying of hunger for it. And that's their Karmageddon. They can just look at the fruit and they can never partake of it. Now, they can't, because you have evolved from this person now. Let's say you were to decide to go back to this person or whatever. Let's say this person tried to reconcile with you. is it going to even be the same? Once someone has dissed you, are you even capable of like even feeling anything? They effed it up. They ruined the magic. You have your own magic, and there's change coming in for you about your love life. So you know what we're going to do? Pile number 3. Let's ask again. Is there new love coming in for pile number 3? The new, better love. A new twin flame, a new soulmate. I believe that. And it's true too, by the way. There is such a thing as a cosmic divorce, a spiritual divorce, divorcing your twin flame and linking up with a new twin flame. Indeed. What's coming in for pile number 3? Silence. We got silence. Okay. Pile number 3. This is what I'm sensing. I'm sensing right now the universe does not want to reveal that to you just yet. But there's change coming in. I think you guys are really focused on your own inner your own inner development, your own self-development. I'm sensing there's a lot of endeavors in the material realm that you're working on too. And that's what you're focusing on. And I think the universe wants to leave it at that for you right now, because God wants you to focus on that. God wants you to put all your energy into yourself right now and focus on that. And you know what happens? The outcome of that, when you focus on yourself, the right one comes in, right? Okay. Now, let's do the charms. Let's do some charms for you, pile number 3. Some charms, okay? Pull out 3 charms here. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, I was energetically told to do another one. So I'm doing it, following it. And, okay, wow. Check this out. Pile number 3, charms. First one you got is kitten, kitty cat. See? Kitty cat. Pile number 3, cats are, obviously, they're very independent. It's feline energy, so it's a feminine energy. You're tapping into your feminine energy, and I'm being told you guys are a catty. You guys are a force to be reckoned with right now. You're very, very intuitive, very powerful, very psychically powerful. And you are a fierce bitch. You will scratch a bitch, right? Okay? So you're really feeling your beauty right now. Male or female, whoops. Male or female, hetero, homo, applies as fits. You're really tapping into your beauty. Hence why you're looking like that luscious, fruit on the tree. Where was it? We just had it. There it is. Ripe. You're looking ripe. There's someone you're going to attract someone in no time. Okay. When the time is right, but you need to focus on yourself. And I think there's things you need to accomplish. And, there are, things that you need to accomplish for yourself before you can really invest your energy into someone else. Pile number 3. And then we got the cross. The crucifix, crucifixion, right? Pile number 3, what's the crucifixion symbolic of? Okay, the crucifixion of Christ is a very deep allegory, and it's symbolic of sacrifice and ascension. Okay? Through being crucified, being persecuted, which is how this person made you feel, being abandoned, Yeshua, Christ Messiah, was abandoned by everybody, turned on him. Everyone turned on him. Everyone betrayed him. Okay? In the end, they all betrayed him. And they crucified him. The most horrible thing that could happen to someone, the most horrible outcome, is to be betrayed by everyone around him. They even chose known murderers and thieves they chose to let them free and crucify him instead when all he did was try to help people. Okay. So, and what happened? God blessed him and he ascended, we got the other card here of ascension, right? The beyond illusion. He attained something so beyond this world. Okay. And that's what I'm sensing is happening here with you guys, Paul number 3. You guys are resurrecting. This is a resurrection for you. And then the next card, and what was I saying that you guys, it's the bee. The honeybee. This is symbolic of work, someone who's busy, someone who's accomplishing things. And I was saying that, because you have this world card here, I think, Paul number 3, you guys have a lot of things that you are, that you have work to do. You've been sent here on sort of divine mission and you guys have work to do. I'm sensing you guys are very spiritual and you guys are going to probably help a lot of people, overcome what you've been through. And you're going to help a lot of people. And you're in a phase right now where you're going to be very busy at work, accomplishing various things. I sense it's going to be a multiple things that you have multiple endeavors and goals that you guys want to accomplish. I sense many of you are probably entrepreneurs, probably in the spiritual, community, social media, music, perhaps even, acting, filmmaking. And I sense you guys are on a mission to help people and help people, rise above their situation and their burdens, just like you did. Okay. All right. Pile number 3. Karmageddon. That is their Karmageddon and this is your Karma heaven. Okay. Mwah.